Okay, now, before anything starts, I want to talk about this and say how, first of all, I saw the trailer yesterday about, God, this is already started. So, yesterday, after I got done hanging out with some of my other friends on GTA, I went over to YouTube and decided, hey, I'll go ahead and put on a little clip, just do that real quick while I get some stuff sorted out. I saw the trailer for Sonic 3 in there. It was right there on the front page. I looked at it and I was in shock. I didn't know if it was another fan made thing. It said official, but of course, anybody would just put official, even if it's a fan made kind of video. So I clicked on it, hoping that it was the real thing, and it was. It was very much a real thing. And, a few of the reasons why I wanted to do this, just because back on the Discord that I made, back on the Discord that I made with my friends for when all things happen and all that, I put down my theory for how Sonic 3 was gonna be. And, you know, right now it doesn't seem like a lot of that is gonna be it. Because I put down how in the second movie he finally found his family and everything, and the third movie, uh, the two human characters were gonna be trying to have a baby because we never saw anything about that in the other ones. And of course, time is going to be passing by, and they're going to think, oh, they're safe now, and everything is going to be fine. So let's go ahead and try for a child. Now that all of this has kind of just settled in. So I thought the third movie is probably going to be Tom saying to Sonic, hey, I'm sorry I haven't been there with you a lot lately. Like, I know it used to be just the three of us and everything, but now you have your own group, and I'm starting to have a family. So, as much as I love you, man, as much as I want to be there for you all the time, I gotta also think about my child, about my family, because my baby, he's just born. He hasn't actually grown up yet. You're 15, and you also have these other two who can relate to you a lot better than either one of us can. So I will still be there for you and everything, but you should probably think to yourself about doing all this other stuff. Of course, that's not really gonna happen now. In the trailer, we only saw Shadow. We don't know who else is going in. I will say this there at the very least. So in one scene, we do see Tom as part of Gun because he's wearing the outfit and everything. Some people are speculating that maybe he infiltrated Gun to actually go in there and take a look and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't seem like it would be it though, because the government already knows who Tom is, so it wouldn't be much of him sneaking in. It'd be more of them employing Tom because he has Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails with him. So technically, they would deploy him as a handler, so to speak. Kind of somebody who's there, who knows them, who's always able to take care of them, and all that kind of stuff. That seems like a more likely idea than anything else, really. Let's see, what else? Keanu Reeves. That was amazing. I know back then there was a poll saying whether or not it was going to be Keanu Reeves or the guy who played the last Batman. I'm so glad they went with Keanu Reeves. And just just to give you an idea of the reason I'm bringing up the theory stuff from the Discord that I made with my friends, is because back during the Sonic 2, I put out a theory that maybe, just maybe, all of these characters have some kind of power to them because of the Chaos Emeralds. That's why Sonic is glowing blue. That's why Knuckles is glowing red, but Tails doesn't glow. He doesn't have any kind of special power to him that actually shows that glow feature, like how the other two do. And in the Sonic 2 movie, what we definitely saw is that Robotnik had that kind of a light green glow to him because he had the Master Emerald in him. And, it's kind of interesting to think about because if you look at the trailers, it's not showing, uh, it doesn't show Shadow with an emerald, even though that was always the thing. Whether it was the video games or whether it was the shows or anything, wherever you saw Shadow using something like teleports, chaos control, any of that stuff, he usually had an emerald on him. And the fact that we're seeing him without an emerald, but he's doing this, I'm thinking that might be true. The fact that Gerald Robotnik, and let me say Robotnik, because I've also seen some videos where some people have been saying Robnik. Like, I'm sorry, Rob Nick? Why is somebody robbing Nick? What is going on there? What is that area doing to the name? I know that all over the world there are different ways to pronounce the names and everything, and some areas they may just say Robnik. I grew up with the Robotnik, so I'm gonna stick with that if that's alright with a lot of y'all. Whether it is or not, I'm gonna stick with that. Anyway, so I think what we're gonna see is that Gerald Robotnik comes out and talks about how he used the power of an emerald to kind of create Shadow as well. That maybe a lot of what he was doing was unstable and it was unpredictable as to what would happen. So that's why he used the power of a Chaos Emerald to try and kind of keep that all together. And then it works. It was Chaos Emerald, so it works. And, now we have another hedgehog that is glowing kind of I want to say like another greenish, possibly even yellow color. I'm colorblind, so I have no idea. But yeah, so we see him glowing a different kind of color himself, and he's teleporting all over the place. He throws Knuckles up into the air and everything. He's teleporting and kicking the gun soldiers and all that. So I do think, if anything at the very slightest, we're seeing how Shadow is kind of doing his thing without a Chaos Emerald. Alright, and let me go to the history real quick so I can play the trailer.
Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
I also heard that Knuckles' flaming fist and everything, that was mainly because of the Knuckles show, the Flames of Destruction. I'm not... I've heard a lot about the Knuckles show, and some of it is bad, some of it is kind of alright. They're mainly saying that it was mostly focused on Wade, which, I mean, cool, he's a nice character and everything, but I didn't go really watch it just for him. So, sorry, not sorry.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
There's been a high-level security breach.
No, but I actually want to go back.
There's been a high-level security breach.
Okay, so if you've analyzed this movie before, then you probably know that at a certain part you see him with Team Sonic in kind of a Chuck E. Cheese environment. I think this is it right here. Like, for some reason he called them out to this location and is talking to them. I want to say that's kind of dumb, but then again, they are somewhat children, including even Tails. He's probably excited to be there.
And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
Another thing to focus on is the fact that right now, of course, the movie would do it a lot better than the video game. But yeah, if anybody remembers, the video game was kind of bad because for some reason, I know the actual reason. I've seen the concept art, I've seen people talk about it and everything, but in just kind of an aspect of those who haven't seen it, people in the video game kept mistaking Sonic for Shadow. Even, for some reason, Robotnik, even Eggman, when he first got to Gun and he released Shadow, for some reason he took a look at it and he thought it was Sonic for some reason, even though Sonic is blue and Shadow is black. You know? But yeah, throughout most of the second game, a lot of people kept mistaking the two of them together and everything. But here, in the actual movie, we see that not only is Gunn kind of fully saying, like, hey, Project Shadow is its own thing that happened so long ago, but it also has nothing to do with this hedgehog who's been helping us. So, I don't know, I find that very interesting. And just, if you've seen the concept art, you understand that the team originally tried to make Shadow look so close to looking like Sonic, but after a while they kind of went and thought, let's go ahead and make him different. Just because we don't want another, like, blue hedgehog, I guess. I don't know what the real thought was, but so I'm actually glad they went with the Shadow design that we know, rather than the Shadow design that we could have gotten. The one that looks like a werehog before werehog was even around.
Shadow's story began a lot like your Sonic, but where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
Yeah, I wonder why he felt pain and loss. You know, it couldn't have been because, like, the people who did it were right there and literally pointing a gun to him and his remaining family member after killing the last one. Yeah, Shadow went through a traumatic episode and everything, and, you know, he was created. He was literally probably born, like, oh, not even like 2 days. He spent so long being with Maria and Dr. Robotnik that he formed a bond with them. And then people just came in, gunned them down, and took him into captivity and just put him into... God, I can't even say the word. Stasis, I think. But yeah, they put him into a tube and kind of just had him sleeping for the rest of the time. So he has no idea what's going on. Of course, he's going to be angry as all hell. He probably doesn't even realize how much time has passed since then, even if it's been like 30 years. Whereas Sonic, he kept moving. He kept trying to be better and everything. He even tried to become friends with everybody in Green Hill. So, yeah, it makes sense that Sonic would move on where Shadow didn't. Right?
Alright, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with a giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
I was trying to remember the gun member's face in the passenger seat.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No, no!
I mean, when I first saw this, one of my thoughts was, please don't tell me they're gonna start making him into an idiot. Because he hung out with the Wade so much, he's kind of just gone the route of doing something just for whatever reason. But I also thought, he is a Echidna warrior, and he's been without actual competition for so long. That's probably why they have the race and everything, because Knuckles is antsy, and warriors, they need to have some kind of competition. If you look through history, a lot of warriors would often try to be in whatever kind of fight they could, just so that way they could better themselves. So, Knuckles trying to fight somebody who looks stronger, who looks more powerful than him, or even the person he previously fought, yeah, I guess it would make sense. And that twist.
My turn. Can we just talk about this?
You willing to fight?
He's too powerful.
Yeah, and right here is where I noticed that he's wearing the gun uniform. Again, a lot of people want to think that he was infiltrating for whatever reason. Again, I think it's mainly because Gunn hired him as a handler, and that's why he has some decoration to him, like 3 stars on his shoulder. Or not shoulder, maybe shoulder? Whatever. But yeah, so maybe he's the handler for Team Sonic and everything, and so if it ever came down to it, he gets called up, and then they all go out on the mission.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Doctor.
Yeah, I was very happy to see Jim Carrey. Like, at first, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that it was Keanu Reeves playing Shadow. But, yeah, after seeing it a second time around, I was listening to the voice, and I noticed that it was Keanu Reeves. So that made me happy, the fact that they did do Keanu Reeves and Jim Carrey both in the same video. Both in the same movie. So...
We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
What? Do this!
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it. I need room.
I think it always has been a thing with Robotnik where he often thinks he wants to rule the world, so he doesn't want to entirely destroy it. Sorry, something just popped up on the chat, and it was a auto mod. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it.
Sir, I don't have the proper materials.
Found some.
When we're done, there won't be anything left.
Hey, no cheat code! What did you do? Hey, no
Hold up.
cheat code!
So yeah, right there, earlier when he was talking to the group and saying, and talking to them about Project Shadow, yeah, this is more than likely what was going on. And the writing in the back looks Japanese, so I guess they were already in Japan when all that. Actually, now that I look at the stage, it's kind of adorable because those lights are technically supposed to be like chow eggs. So if you've never played the Sonic Adventure games, they're chows. Well, of course, anybody would know chows. But in Adventure 1 and 2, you can end up taking care of chows, and if you take care of them with certain characters, they'll try to look more like those characters. For instance, if you take care of them using Sonic, not only will they become blue, not only will they have that little quill stuff going on, but they'll even start drawing Sonic on the pavements if they know how to draw. And I think they'll mostly look like Sonic if you give them a lot of stuff to help them with their running a lot better. So, yeah, definitely go and play the games. They're really fun. It's really amazing. And
What did you do? What I had to.
Welcome home, my boy.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
I am...
Are you? In the saggy flesh.
yeah, I kind of like that line of "in the saggy flesh." I guess so. Obviously, we've been told countless times that the whole entire thing with Sonic 3 is going to be the fact that it takes a bit from both the Sonic Adventure as well as the let's see, not only Sonic Adventure but the Shadow video game as well. And the image, or the part where Shadow is going around and kicking all the gun soldiers in the head and everything and just zipping past them real fast, that is actually a part of the Shadow game. I think it's supposed to be like the opening scene. And then, of course, he has a motorcycle. I think there's also a scene, if I remember, about him holding a gun. Like a literal gun, not just a gun member, a gun. So, I mean, you can't have Keanu Reeves play a Shadow character without giving Shadow a gun. So, yeah, I think they're taking a lot of inspiration from the two games for Shadow. And the whole entire black hole thing, I've been seeing some people say that maybe that was Shadow creating a black hole to try and do something. I think maybe there's a chance that this could be Black Doom doing something like that. That maybe they're going to bring in Black Doom closer to the end and kind of make it seem like it was his fault for a lot of that happening. Or maybe not. We can only hope that at the end of the movie it comes down more to, Gunn taking Shadow and Shadow calming the hell down so far much that Tom ends up agreeing to, hey, why don't I go ahead and just take Shadow with me and then, just have a bigger family. This way, I'm a Gunn official member, so you can always check in with me, see how it's going. If anything does happen, I can just notify one of y'all right away and, we can get that all sorted out. So yeah, I see Tom being a Gunn member for a few useful reasons in the movie, but I still don't know exactly how that came about. Maybe because in the Sonic 2 movie he did hit the guy who was trying to pretend to marry the woman and everything, but was actually a Gunn official member. Tom ended up punching him just to get a ring and using it for Sonic and all that. So yeah, more than likely the general saw all that and was thinking, no, let's go and hire this guy. He just knocked out one of our biggest guys. Let's go and hire him. Like I said, it could be just the fact that he lives with Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic, so they want to use him to keep an eye on them, and just gave him an official title and everything. Alright, and that'll be the end of the recording for me talking about the Sonic trailer movie. This recording is going up after my stream, so if you're seeing me talking about the movie, but it's only only close to a half hour long, then that's because my stream isn't a part of it. You gotta go to my Twitch to actually watch me play the God Eater 3 game if you want to continue on. if you just wanted to hear me rant on about the new Sonic movie and everything after the trailer came on yesterday, well, there you go. This is it. Alright. For YouTube, I'll see you all later.